Alrighty guys, let's go over how to use a battery string trimmer safely and effectively. One of the main things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you have the right PPE on, or personal protective equipment. One of the things that you're definitely going to want to need, and it doesn't matter if it's electric or gas, even though electric ones are quieter these days, sometimes when the string hits things it does get loud, and then the engine, I mean, it's quieter than gas, but let's be careful and protect our ears anyway. Get yourself some earplugs. You know, make sure you get those put in correctly, all the way into the ear canal, and then let it expand before you start your trimmer. That way, you're protecting your ears. You have to wear eye protection. Now, these aren't safety rated glasses, but I don't have anything in my yard that's going to like destroy or do a lot of damage. I do check the area before I trim, and that reduces the risk to the potential damages. But definitely wear safety glasses. You're going to have debris fly up. Some of it's going to hit in your eye. It's always fun when a little pebble hits you right inside your nostril. It stings really bad, right? And when it's had that done, you're going to know exactly what that feels like. So that is important. Sun protection. Now, of course, you put a hat on and the sun's out and beating down on you, you're going to get a little more hot, right? So maybe not this kind of hat, maybe some sunblock or something, but some sort of protection from the sun. You need sturdy shoes. In case the trimmer string hits your foot, you do want protection. So don't be out there in flip-flops, open-toe shoes, or anything like that. Put on some serious shoes to get that done. If you're going to be using a fixed blade and not string, then I would suggest reinforced boots or reinforced toes or steel toes, depending on how tough your blade is. Now, I'm using string, so it might damage my shoes, but it's not going to cut my toe off, and I'm good with that. You definitely want to wear long pants whenever you're trimming, because you're going to hit rocks, you're going to hit things. It's going to slam against your legs, and if you've ever been hit on the shin with a rock, it stings. It stings, and the bigger the rock, the more it's going to sting. I was actually trimming, we was trimming an industrial park years ago, and my buddy Chad, he was trimming along a fence. Hit a piece of that fence wire went straight into his leg. He had to go to the hospital and get a tetanus shot because he hadn't had one, or he didn't remember the last time he had one, so he had to go and get one. Because if you can't remember the last time you had a tetanus shot, it's been too long. So keep that in mind too. Had he been wearing pants that day, the pants may have stopped it from going into his leg, piercing the skin. It may not have, but it may have. So just wear the pants. It'll definitely save on your shins and the pain there from rocks hitting your shins, and it may potentially save you from having a rusty piece of wire shooting into your leg. And funny note, the manager had no clue what a tetanus shot was. So when he got to the hospital and he read the reasons why you would get a tetanus shot, he got one too. Because he's like, yeah, I don't remember the last time I had one. And I didn't know anything about this. So yeah, I went ahead and picked one up. I found that humorous because he was our manager and he was supposed to know this stuff. So is what it is. You wanted to check the area for harmful debris to reduce the risk of injury to yourself and damage to other things like cars and windows and everything else. You definitely don't want to be hitting rocks and busting out windows. That's not going to be good on your pocket, you know, on your wallet. But you don't want to damage yourself either and injure yourself. So check the area, make sure there's no, you know, debris like pop cans or anything sharp or glass or stuff that could go flying and cut you or hurt you or bust out a window. If you find big stuff, clean it up. It's about safety, so let's make it about safety and just clean up the things that are in your way that could cause damage to things or injure yourself. Look for trip hazards along your trim path. And most of that is just look around your yard and be like, okay, I got to trim here, 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 here. Okay, right over there I got a chair that's in the way. That's a trip hazard. I need to move that chair before I start trimming over there. Not a big deal. If you have a corded model, you're going to have your cord as a major trip hazard. So one of the ways to kind of prevent that is always walk away from your cord. And if your cord gets behind you because you turn or something, grab a hold of the cord, swing it over. That way it's not behind you as you continue walking along your path, or not in your way as you continue walking along your path. That way you don't trip over it. Be very mindful of the cords. They can cause a lot of trips and other things. Keep away from the business end of the trimmer. That is important, guys. This will hurt. This can lacerate you. Well, I'm not using it right now, but usually I use a squared end trimmer string that's kind of reinforced, and they're like, it's like a diamond shape, but that will cut you. This one, a little thin, it could probably cut you because of how thin the line is and how fast the head moves. It's not going to feel good either way, but just keep away from it. I mean, do not play with this string while you've got it going. Of course, it'd be kind of hard to flip an electric model over to play with the string while you have your hand on the trigger to keep it going. Gas ones, that is a little easier to do because it will spin a little bit here and there. But definitely, like if you're trimming and your dog's around you or your kids around you or your pet in general, don't let them near it. Actually, don't even let them in the area because things fly, they can get hurt. Just keep things away from you and keep everything away from this. Especially if you're using a bladed end, right? Because that's going to hurt a little bit more. You need to stay hydrated and take plenty of breaks. Today is an overcast day, so it's kind of really cloudy. Still, I could use a little bit more fluid right now. I've only trimmed a little bit, but I had some coffee this morning, so you got to stay hydrated. Drink your water. Coffee's going to dehydrate you. Pop's going to dehydrate you. Drink your water. Get hydrated. That way you don't get dizzy. You don't get lightheaded. You don't have all that stuff of being dehydrated. And make sure you take plenty of breaks. If you're starting to get tired or, just sit down and take a break. It's not that hard. Sit down, take a break, drink some cool water, iced tea, lemonade, whatever you want. Take that break. When you start feeling better, when your energy returns, get back out there and start going again. Or if your energy doesn't return and you don't feel like going, just stop for the day. Or, a few hours. But take your breaks, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Like I usually trim the whole yard, then I take about a 10-15 minute break before I start mowing. But you do you. There's been days where I haven't felt good, where I've taken a break about every 10 minutes. And that's when it was like 100 degrees outside. So take your breaks as you need them based on you and the conditions you're in. Just in case you're using a gas-powered trimmer and watching one about electric-powered trimmers, we'll throw you one too. Be cautious of liquid fuels and fumes. If you're using a gas-powered, you definitely don't want to be up there and have those fumes directly in your face. You also don't want to be in an enclosed area. I'm not sure why you would be in an enclosed area with a trimmer, but then again, I power washed my basement. So I can't really speak, right? Fuel though, just keep the fuel out of the house, keep it distance from the house, outside. That way the fumes don't build up and you don't go boom. Fumes from this is also fumes, and it's carbon dioxide, and that's not carbon monoxide. That's not good for you at all. It's poison. Another thing is any kind of spark near the fuel can cause it to ignite. That'd be a very bad day. And when you're refueling your trimmer, your gas powered one, let the engine cool down before you do it, just because it is hot. It can combust things. It's probably not going to combust gasoline, but if it gets something that you're near warm and creates a spark, that gasoline is going to go boom. Fun note though, on a gas-powered model, you can light things off the muffler on those. I've done it, okay? You can definitely light things on fire with that. Just pull it right up there against the muffler and it'll start smoldering and then it'll produce a flame. So that's why we'll let it cool down before you refuel it if you're using a gas-powered model. But this isn't about gas-powered, this is about electric. So go watch a gas-powered. Anyway, we threw that little tidbit in just for the fun of it. Be safe.